Hello and welcome to stage 13 of La Vuelta A Espana, from Cabezón de la Sal to the mighty Angliru. It was to be a thriller of a stage, but all calm at the start. 202 Ks facing the riders on this day. Sun and smiles at the beginning as all our jersey wearers rolled out to what was going to be a very fast stage indeed. Let's have a look exactly what was on the menu. There we go, starting in Cabezón de la Sal up to the mighty Angliru, with two other climbs on the way as well, the Alto La Mosqueta and also the Alto del Caudal, both first category climbs before the mighty haul up to the line. There was a tailwind pretty much all day, and that saw some very fast racing indeed, but unfortunately Ben O'Connor, last year a stage winner and of course on the podium in the Vuelta, not starting due to illness. So a very fast start indeed. The first couple of hours ran off at a quite astonishing 51 k's an hour. We had a breakaway of 25 riders that built up a lead, as you can see, of approximately 3.5 minutes, and included this man. Well, one of the men of the match of this Vuelta so far. He wasn't too far off the pace in the leading group going over the top of the first climb. The points on climb number 1 of the day taken by Nicholas Vinokourov, and then at around 3.5 minutes behind the rest of the peloton over the top of the Alto de Mosqueta. Tiberi was having a nightmare of a day. He was in the front group but was forced to change bikes, and then this moment, wow, this nearly shook us up. A dog dragging a chair. Never seen anything quite like that in my life. Thankfully everybody stayed upright, and it was Victor Campenaerts dragging the peloton behind. Mads Pedersen, after descending like a demon, took first place on the sprint, adding another 20 valuable points to his green jersey tally. Chapeau to Mr. Pedersen. There we go, confirmation just ahead of Vinokourov and Garofoli there in third place, meaning that Mads Pedersen now has 192 points to Ethan Vernon's 111. Emerging out of the breakaway, 3 surviving riders: Bob Jungels of Ineos Grenadiers, Nicholas Vinokourov of Astana, and also there in the mix for Movistar, Jefferson Cepeda. Meanwhile, coming on to the penultimate climb of the day, Bunch were riding hard at 3:10, and it was again Vinokourov taking maximum points just ahead of Bob Jungels. And just behind on the descent, Tiberi crashed on a corner. It was a nightmare of a day for Antonio Tiberi, losing traction with the back wheel in that muddy section and laying it down just under the Armco, but thankfully he was uninjured. Heading towards the foot of the Angliru, there was a demonstration that unfortunately we have become used to in this race. The riders at the front were briefly halted before they were set on their way. Jungels, Vinokourov and Jefferson Cepeda losing about 20 seconds, but they were soon on their way again. But the gap to the peloton had closed down to just under 2.5 minutes, and the man doing a lot of the chasing on the lower slopes was Jay Vine in the Mountains jersey. But the pressure up front was too much for Jefferson Cepeda, and he was dropped by Jungels and Vinokourov, and still a ferocious tempo being set by UAE Team Emirates. Jay Vine there, Felix Groschartner just behind as we got closer and closer to the steep slopes up in front. A lovely show of sportsmanship here between Bob Jungels and Nicholas Vinokourov. Vinokourov slipping his gears, but Jungels helping out. Jungels was the sole surviving rider, just heading into the final 7 kilometres. He was to drop the Kazakh rider, but meanwhile the peloton behind was starting to shed riders left, right and centre. Jay Vine, his job was done for the day, and it was left up to Felix Groschartner. They caught Nicholas Vinokourov, and then ultimately Jungels, with 5.5 kilometres to go, was caught by João Almeida, who had with him for company the red jersey of Jonas Vingegaard. Jai Hindley was also there, the former Giro winner, and Sepp Kuss, who won the Vuelta, of course, in 2023. With 4.5 kilometres still to go of this fearsome climb, João Almeida, with undimmed focus, was pressing on. Didn't even ask for a turn as we headed onto the steeper slopes of this climb, dragging Jonas Vingegaard up this climb, and also fighting his own personal battle was Tom Pidcock, gamely trying to hold on to third place overall. With 2.2 Ks to go, we hit the steepest, most ferocious slopes, and at this point Tom Pidcock managed to latch back onto the wheel of Ricky Tello and Pellizzari as we headed into the final 500 metres with Almeida and Jonas Vingegaard.
Here they go. It's Almeida who's trying to pedal on. Remember, 10 bonus seconds for first over the line, 6 for the second. Visma have ridden all day long. It's they who said they wanted to win today, but here comes Almeida, 150 metres to the line. UAE took it up on the penultimate climb today. He's trying to hammer it home. Joao Almeida to win it the first time at the Vuelta A Espana, and he does. 10 bonus seconds to him, 4 back on Vingegaard. The Vuelta is alive, despite the fact that Jonas Vingegaard retains the red jersey.
What a ride by Joao Almeida. What a ride as well by Jai Hindley there to finish in third. Sepp Kuss in fourth. Good ride by the American, but delight all round for Joao Almeida. What a ride. The finest win without a shadow of a doubt of his career. Also solid on the day was Felix Gall, coming home in fifth on his own. And then not too far behind. Meanwhile, there was a lovely sportsmanlike hug for Almeida and Jonas Vingegaard. So much respect between them. Pellizzari coming home there in the white jersey of Best Young Rider. And then Tom Pidcock just out-sprinting Matthew Riccitiello. So a warm down on the TT bike. TT still to come in the final week, but a difficult day for Jonas Vingegaard. But importantly, he holds on to red. But what can you say about Joao Almeida? What a focused, strong performance that was. Maybe a little shake of disbelief. But Almeida making 6 wins for UAE Team Emirates. So confirmation, Almeida took the win ahead of Jonas Vingegaard. Fine third place from Jai Hindley. Then it was Kuss, Gall, Pellizzari, Pidcock, Riccitiello, Ciccone and Boulderstone.
Thanks to my teammates, they were key today. We did an amazing stage. I just put my pace from the bottom and I just did the best I could. Jonas was always on the wheel. The last K I was on the limits. I guess you're both on the limits. I was waiting for his attack anytime. Thanks, man. And I thought he would pass me in the finish line, but I knew the finish line quite well from 2 years ago. And I took the last corner, and then it's hard to pass. So yeah, I think it was an amazing day.
An amazing day indeed. Well, this is the look of the general classification following stage 13. Vingegaard still lead, but Joao Almeida has closed the gap. He now sits at 46 seconds with Pidcock at 2:18 and Hindley moving into fourth. A difficult day for the Dane, but the main thing is he retains the leader's red jersey. The other classifications, Jay Vine untroubled at the head of the King of the Mountains classification. Vingegaard though moving into second place at 33 points. So all smiles for Jay Vine. 6 wins for this team, 2 for himself. No wonder he's smiling on the podium. Put in a lot of work on the front for Almeida today. Well, let's have a look ahead to stage 14. A far shorter stage from Aviles to Lagos de Somiedo, up the climb of La Farrapona, 135.9 Ks, but a lot of climbing, just under 4,000 metres of elevation, packed within this stage. A third category climb, a first cat, and then the difficult ride to the summit. It's going to be another GC battle, that's for sure. Do not miss it.